Hi, Toby here from TobyChristensen.com. I've got your coaching tip of the week. This tip is called Find Your Story. One of the most powerful ways to communicate your message is through a story. Stories invoke images, they invoke feelings, emotion, and they're relatable. When you tell your story, people find a way to relate with their story. And it really helps to connect people, and it's a powerful, powerful means of communication. So if you're going to find your story, I have 3 tips for you. Number 1, what is your primary message? A lot of times we'll hear people tell their story and they just ramble on and on and on, and they tell all the details. Some details are really important, but the thing that's important as you find your story is, what's the primary message of your story? You know, is it the phoenix rising from the ashes, from tragedy to success? Is it enduring hardship and coming through, successfully? Is it overcoming an illness? Or, what's the primary purpose, or what's the primary message? And then 2, who's your primary audience? Who are you talking to? In a sales situation, if you're selling something that is $1,000 and you're talking to people that only have 100, your success rate is not going to be very good, and your people's ability to relate to your story is not going to be very helpful because you're talking to the wrong audience. I remember a preacher one time telling a story about his son who wanted to wash his dad's car for him, and he says, "Yeah, I got this car, and my son he used an old scratchy towel, and he worked on the door of my car, and it cost me $30,000 to have that door repainted." And I'm thinking, most of your people, most of your audience don't even pay $30,000 for a car. And I don't know what kind of car you have, but it must be extraordinary if it costs $30,000 to have the door repaired. Okay? That story was probably not very effective, because the first thing I thought about was how much money this guy has, and he certainly doesn't need my donation. So who are you talking to? Talk to the right crowd. Talk to the people that are going to buy your product, follow your teachings, or engage in your service. Okay? And last but not least, how can your audience benefit from your story? In other words, you have a message, you're talking to the right people, why should they listen? Okay? How are they going to benefit from listening to your story? Is it going to help them in their own lives? Is it going to lead them towards a product or service that's going to help them? If you have these 3 things clear as you communicate, your communication will be more effective, your ability to unite and connect to your community will be more powerful, and more people will benefit from what you have to say. That's it for today. Have fun. Play with your story. Who do you want to talk to? And what do you want the outcome to be? That's it for today. You have a great one. We'll see you next time.